In this video, basically, I'm going to show the usage of Smart Gripper. And this time, we will place the object to an elevated position with some orientation of the object. So before get into the whole model, let's see like now what I am targeting for in this video. So if I just go there and say move along the path, then basically the gripper is open, it will be closed and peak, and it will go back to a position, it will place, and it will come back to the home position. So basically, if I see the path sequence, it will go from move from home position to on top of a peak position. It will go to peak position. It will go back to upper of peak position. It will go like closer to place position. It will place it. It will come back to closer to place position, and it will basically go back to the home. So let's start modeling the whole sequence now. To do this, first of all, I am going to select IRP 120, the most common robots, and we already have one of them in our lab, right? So we got it, and then I want to take the smart gripper uh, from the import library. And I'm not going to use other like camera, fingers, or other thing except just servo and fingers. And then, okay. And under the layout, we need to go there and we can say yes. So we basically got the object like the gripper in front of the mm, uh, mm, robot. Now, let's see, a couple of things we need to do here. We need to do the double click and on the robot and modify mechanism joint jog, right? I usually do this one 90 degree and that one 90. Yes, so that is the sequence we got. And we also want to go because we are under the mechanism jog. If you go there, then you can see basically that's how you can manually open and close the gripper. So I can close it. I can go back again there and modify the mechanism. So here we have one of them is sync position, another is home position. So right now both of them are zero because the value is zero. So if you do the double click on home, then basically I can make it 25. You will see the value will be updated here. And I would need to do the same thing for sync position, but I know I will get this cross sign because I didn't disconnect it from the library. So I would need to go there, do the right click and disconnect the library. And then it will basically allow to put some value. So maybe I'm putting the value 10 here and I can close at this point. So I got this piece. Now the next thing is I would need to make some object here, right? So let's make some object here first. So I would need to go to solid box and the corner I'm going to make is 400 00 and the length should be 20 20 20. So I got one of the object here and I want to make honestly another object to the destination. I want to put it. So maybe that one will be 300. I think that one should be 400 maybe. And this is 300 and 300. Basically, I want to have some elevation and the orientation. Basically, I want to make it 90 degree with respect to x-axis. So let's make the orientation, or we can make that orientation during the during making the target. So now, right now, let's make it 20 20 by 20. This one, and I can create one of the object, right? So I got them. Now close it, and I would need to make couple of targets here, because before doing any kind of event and actions for the smart gripper, I want to make the toolpath, and I want to see if that toolpath works for the movement I'm basically targeting for. So let's make the first. Under the home position, I want to make a target, and I want to make a target exactly at the PCP. So I can just click take target, sorry, teach target, and then I can say yes. So if you basically go under the path and targets, and if you expand this one, then you will see like, okay, target zero is there. I want to make another target on top of this one. So I want to make sure I'm just selecting the position, and since I want to use the center, so I'm making sure I'm just snapping the object, and I need to go back here and select this thing. That's how, and you will see point one is here. Um, and maybe I can make another here, and that can be like point two, and I can click create. So that's how basically I got two target. One is target 20 and target 30. But as I mentioned, what I want, like this tool will pick that object and make a 90-degree with respect to X and put it here. But right now, you see, like I would definitely need to change the target position of target 20, but because if you see the z-axis of the tool and the z-axis of the target, they're opposites, right? So and why I'm saying that thing, so if you go and view like a tool at target, then you will see it is basically underneath. You don't want something like this, right? So we would need to make the orientation and maybe 180-degree with respect to y-axis. So that's how we got something like this, and maybe 90-degree with respect to z, because I want to see it from the front side, something like that. So you see, so that's the changes I did, and for another target, I would need to, it is still like this. So let's do the first thing. I want to make it honestly 90-degree with respect to x. So I'm going to go here, rotation, and maybe just the 90-degree with respect to x, and let's see how it looks like now. Maybe I want to make something like this. Yes. So yeah, I want to close it. So if you right click and see view robot at target, then yeah, if you just click them, robot will basically go there, and yeah, it is reaching, which is good. So we got three target, but we want to make the tool path. Well, before doing it, let's rename them. Maybe this one is the home position, and that one is the peak position, right? And the other one is the place position. And what we want to make some little upper or elevated position for the peak and place. So I want to do Control C V, and I can make maybe upper of peak, and let's offset the y value, maybe I don't know, negative 100. I usually do negative 100 for the demonstration purpose, right? And for the place, I want to do first of all rename view place, and still I would need to go and modify uh, it. Okay. So this time, let's make it 50. Oh no, other side, maybe negative 50. Apply. Okay, good. So we got basically now we can click it again, peak and upper peak, plus and upper plus. Now let's send those points to the new tool path. And I know right now it looks really messy, so but we can put them side by side. We can make a nice arrangement, right? So first of all, we want the tool on top of the upper peak and then peak, Then maybe I can make one after peaking it. It will go back again to the upper peak, upper peak. Then it will go back to upper place, and it will place, and it will again go back to upper place, and then finally it will go back to home position, right? So yeah, I'm just targeting for a toolpath like this, and before doing anything, I want to see if this one is moving. Okay, yes. I know I didn't change any kind of speed, but I'm happy like whatever the toolpath I made is basically working. So let's change those speed, right? So you can go there and you can select maybe 100 for now, and the zone should be fine because you are picking them. So you don't want to lose any coordinate thing, right? So yeah, let's make it fine zone and 100 for now. And if you really do again, then you will see this time the robot is slower. It will go there. Basically, this is the thing I'm targeting for, and it will place there, and it will come back to the home position, right? So now the next step of this work is I would need to make the event for the gripper at the same time some actions related to those events. To do that, um, let's go back to home, and I want to go to the modify mechanism. I want to make it I want to make it 25 now. I want to make it open for now, right? Now I would need to go to the controller. I want to make a new signal for the gripper because I didn't make any signal for the gripper. So let's go there. Double click on yeah IO system, and right click on the signal, make a new signal, and let's name it as gripper, and this should be digital output, and let's make default to all. And okay, I know the change will not take effect until the controller is restarted. So I would need to restart the controller. It can take a couple of seconds. But the good thing is that you will see a bright color gripper here, and it is still working to make the controller online. I'm pretty sure it will be done soon. So once we are getting the controller online, okay, after making a new signal from the controller, we need to go under the simulation and configure, and then here we need to add two events. So the first event will be, let's see, first of all, we need to see gripper is here, yes, gripper is here, and one signal is for picking and another signal is for placing. So if you want to pick using the gripper, you need to make sure the gripper is basically gripping the object you want to pick, right? So that's why the signal is true or one. And then set action type. Maybe I need to go to move mechanism to position. Then next, then I am going to use the smart gripper, and my position is sync because you remember sync was the gap between sync was 10. So I'm just finishing it. So we got one event here. I would need to make another event. So this time it will be, yeah. First of all, we need to make sure it's still selecting the gripper, but this time signal is false or zero. And the same thing, move mechanism to position. Then next, we're going to use the smart gripper, and basically this time home position. Yeah, I would do, yeah, did I do it? Yeah, zero. I did it zero. Oh, good. So yeah, mechanism next, smart gripper and home position and finish. So basically we got two events. One of them is for gripping and another is for releasing. Now we need to go the grip to the event of gripping one, and then you will see I need to create some action. So this, since I'm going to grip, that means attach object. So what is the object you are basically going to attach? So that is the part one. I know in some tutorial I saw they're using find closest object. We can do that maybe at some point, but for today, let's do it part one and keep the position. Please make sure again, keep the position should be checked and then attached to smart gripper, and then we can make it okay. So we got one for attach object, then you need to go to the second event where you need to create another action for detach. So let's see, here you are going to detach the same thing are going to attach, and then from the smart gripper. So we got both of the actions here. Now yeah, you can close it, and I would need to go here under the path and selecting those action instruction. So I usually come here, I can set this one, and you will see gripper is here, create, and again reset gripper, create, and the last one is wait time. I want to make sure this one is enabled, and end of list is basically like 1 second, and you create. So I created all of them. Now the next step is we need to put them in a sequential way. So I'm using reset on top, then then let's put the wait time and gripper after reaching it to the peak position, and I can do a control CV for placing, and maybe a wait time, control CV in front of placing it. So let's see, like if it really works. So move along the path. Okay, so first of all, it is basically coming to the position. Yeah, it is picking, and it is trying to go back to the position I want to place it, and it will go back to the home position. So yeah, basically it is working. I know I forgot to make part two invisible. So yeah, maybe I can just make it invisible for now, right? And maybe I can play one more time, and I will see the changes this time even nicely. So yeah, it is going for object one, and it is going to place to an elevated position with some orientation with like 90 degree with respect to X, and it basically went back to the home. So yeah, that is another kind of instructions I tried to make for all of you. I hope that will help.